There's so much to this story, and I'm going to give you guys every single intimate detail of it on this specific case, this specific instance, and we're gonna talk a little bit about Jake Paul and who he is as a person.
Obviously, living in LA and being in the scene, you see a lot of things behind closed doors that you don't see on camera.
Nobody can play themselves better than Shad Moss can play himself. If there's one thing on this planet Shad Moss is good at, it's playing himself.
Influencers seem to have it all, the money, the fame, they just overall live the best life. But that's something followers seem to forget. A lot of it is actually manufactured. A lot of it is for clout. And unfortunately, a lot of it isn't what it seems. And that's exactly what's inspired today's list on InformOverload. Hey guys, what's going down? I'm your host, Jared Bronstein, and today we'll be counting down the top 10 influencers exposed for living fake lives, Guy Edition. If you haven't seen some of our other top 10 influencer lists, be sure to check them out after this one. We got some bloopers and comment replies coming up at the end of this video, so stick around, and before we get into it, let me know in the comments below who you think should be on this list. Alright, let's go for it. Coming in at number 10, we got Dan Bilzerian. This guy is the epitome of a bro. Always surrounded by girls, jacked out of his mind, with tons of money. It seems like if a frat could be morphed into a person, it'd be Dan. But it seems when Dan first came onto the scene, people thought the playboy was a big shot poker player who was completely self-made. After a few months of his charades, it was then revealed he made his fortune because his dad was actually quite well off. Long story short, because it is quite a long story, Dan's father, Paul Bilzerian, has done some shady things in the past. He allegedly owes the government tens of millions of dollars, but simply doesn't have the money to pay them. He's been in jail before for fraud and has been in a legal battle for decades. Although Dan has admitted his father somewhat helped him get his start, he claims he's made majority of his money playing poker. We're talking an easy 50 million, which, I mean, okay, if you say so. I'm sure he's a good poker player, but like, if you're making an easy 50 million, wouldn't that make you one of the best in the world? Like, shouldn't you be competing at the World Series of Poker every year and winning it? I don't know, just a thought. Coming at number 9, Jay Alvarez. I feel like Jay was one of the first real influencers in the game, at least that I was aware of. For those of you who don't know who Jay is, he was dating Alexis Red. The two of them seemed to travel the world together and were the best looking couple known to the human race. All kidding aside, it seemed like their life was perfect until it wasn't. They had a pretty rough breakup, deleted all their pictures together, which at the time was majority of their Instagram feeds, and then the truth came out. Red claimed that the relationship was extremely unhealthy, even though they seemed to be endlessly in love in every photo, and that Jay was emotionally abusive, especially about her weight. So maybe he isn't the dream guy every girl wished they had, even though it may seem that way, which gives me a chance, because it's not all about looks, guys. Apparently Jay's an I'm not. Yeah, I am. And at number 8, we got fitness influencer Shan Heffley. This man actually exposed himself for the greater good, of course. Heffley is jacked, no doubt about that. But like all influencers, he too tends to edit most of his posts. Whether it's to make his muscles look more defined or to add some coloring to his photos, he's guilty as we all are. But Shan decided one day he was going to show the real him, so he uploaded a photo side by side on his Instagram. On one side was the original photo with the text "No edit" captioned. On the other side was a clearly edited photo where Shan looks much more defined, captioned edited. The photo itself had a nice heartfelt caption as well, talking about how he edits his photos because he's an artist and enjoys creating. He caps it off with, "Remember, as you look through your Instagram feed and compare yourself to other bodies 99% of the time, that's not how they look in real life." That is very true. I edit myself on Instagram, I won't lie. I mean, I make myself like a little more tan sometimes, but other than that, I make like colors pop, I guess, but I'm not that much of a, I don't make my muscles more defined because I'm already jacked. Not joking. At number 7, we got Hushpuppy. One of Nigeria's biggest influencers got exposed by one of his closest friends. Another influencer who goes by the name of Mumfa claimed Hushpuppy, who's known for flaunting his luxurious lifestyle on Instagram, wearing only designer and standing in front of luxurious cars, was a fake. Mumfa called out Hushpuppy, who's a self-proclaimed billionaire, saying he doesn't have the money he acts like he has. His father is a cab driver, his mother is a baker, and when he came to Dubai, Hushpuppy had to stay with Mumfa because he couldn't afford to stay anywhere. Hushpuppy was also making headlines regarding a scam that people claimed he was a part of. But it seems as of now, Mumfa is dealing with some legal troubles himself and got his Instagram account deactivated. So I guess what goes around comes around? I don't really know. Because I mean, he kind of exposed Hushpuppy for being like a fake, but I don't know, like, is he a fake or does he have money? Who knows really? He looks rich. In at number 6, we got TBH Byron. Byron Denton is the man's name, and he's an influencer that actually did a social experiment. He faked being on a private jet, going to the Louis Vuitton store, you know, the common influencer stuff. And the photos were incredibly well edited, to the point that some of Byron's family and friends were questioning where he suddenly obtained his newfound fortune. However, it was all for a YouTube video for Byron to pretty much expose how easy it is to be an influencer. While he was posting these photos, he claimed his engagement shot up, with his comments and likes hitting numbers he'd never seen before previously. We're talking like 4 figures. views, which like might not seem a lot, but like, I don't know, I think 1,000 likes is crazy. Coming in at number 5, we got Jake Paul. Seems like this guy tends to make every list one way or another. Jake lied and accused FaZe Banks of assaulting his assistant at a club. The story here was Jake and a few Team 10 members, including assistant Meg, says that Banks clotheslined her and left a bruise on her neck. Initially, FaZe apologized, saying he didn't remember even seeing her, but if he did do that, he's sorry. Then Jake and some Team 10 members dropped a video manipulating FaZe's DMs and making it seem like Banks was the one who reached out to apologize in the first place. Banks then had some friends come forward and explain what happened, which poked holes in the Team 10 story. Jake then backtracked and the two of them decided to handle their business off of YouTube. I'm gonna say they settled on an arrangement for Banks to get paid because he was going to sue Jake for defamation among other stuff. But I just watched a video of them like together, like hanging out, so I guess they said they squashed the beef in the video. I don't really understand what this whole YouTube drama is. Maybe it was all fabricated for views. I really don't know. Just remember guys, you can't trust everything you see on the internet. I'm not this ugly in person. In at number 4, Cole Kerrigan, or is it Kerrigan? I never really know how to say the guy's name. Now this guy is really a piece of work. Cole accused Austin McBroom of the Ace family of some very heavy accusations. We're talking about sexual assault, but it wouldn't be long before the truth really came out. Now I will say we still don't know what actually happened, but what I do know is Cole posted a video dropping these accusations on Austin. Then there were text messages sent from Cole to one of the alleged victims, with Cole literally saying the Ace family has a lot of money, so they'll pay him to keep his mouth shut and he'll split the money with the alleged victims. Buddy, it's just such a bad look. Just don't do that. I certainly hope the allegations aren't true. I'm sure the matter is being handled outside of YouTube as it should, but Cole lost a lot of credibility following that incident. Number 3, Another Beautiful Day. This is a joint Instagram account featuring Catalin Onk and Elena Engelhardt. God damn, these names are so hard to say. They got photos of the two of them looking all lovey-dovey in Bali, France, Italy, you know, the classic influencer spots. It looked like they got paid to travel the world and live the best life ever. You know, classic influencer lifestyle. Then they posted a GoFundMe campaign to raise about 10,000 euro for their next trip. That seemed kinda odd. Then they shared the campaign on Facebook where they explained they don't work and Onk's mother works 2 jobs to fund their trips. Their plan definitely didn't work out in their favor and they lost a ton of respect, with most comments involving donating money to help the guy's mother instead. Side note guys, maybe don't believe everything you see on Instagram. People's lives really aren't all that great all the time, and that's just the way it goes. I also don't know if I said Bali right. Maybe I said it wrong. Is it Bali? No, it's Bali. I went to Bali. Bali. I think it's Bali. I don't know. I'm sure you guys will let me know in the comments. In at number 2, Bow Wow. I mean, how can we forget about the Bow Wow challenge? For those of you guys that don't remember, Bow Wow posted a photo to his Instagram of a private jet and a few Mercedes parked in front of that jet. He made it seem like that was his plane and he was traveling to New York for his next show in style. Until he wasn't. Turns out the photo he used was from the header of a website, and someone actually took a Snapchat photo of Bow Wow sitting on the same plane as him. This quickly took the internet by storm, with people all over doing the Bow Wow challenge. They'd pretty much manipulate a photo to make it look like something else, and then show a second photo of what's really happening. Just be real guys, some people might hate you, but at least you can't get exposed if you're just genuine and truthful. Like I won't lie, I'm a little different on camera, but for the most part, if you met me in person, you'd be like, oh, you're pretty much the same guy. I talk a little different on camera, like more energetic and but I'm not gonna be like, and at number 1, of course, that's boring. No one wants to see that. And in at number 1, of course, he's going to top of our list, Takashi 6ix9ine. I mean, are you guys really surprised he's on this list? You probably are. For those of you who need their memory refreshed, Takashi 6ix9ine pretty much built his career pretending to be a part of the Bloods in New York City. He'd include real members of the gang in his music videos, start online beef with other rappers claiming they aren't real like him, and pretty much portrayed that he was a true member of the Bloods. And then he got arrested and the truth came out. He fully admitted he wasn't a part of the Bloods, he was paying for them to protect him and help his street credit, and pretty much give him the career he had. And now that he's exposed who knows how many of these guys, I really fear for his life. But I mean, I don't know, you play with fire, like you're gonna get burned, you know? So if something does happen to him, don't be too surprised. I'm not saying I hope something happens to him. I never wish harm on anybody. Oh, there's a couple people actually. And there you guys have it for the top 10 influencers exposed for living fake lives, Guy edition. Let me know if you guys agree or disagree with this list in the comments down below. We got some comment replies followed up by some bloopers now, so let's see what we got. In the video, The Untold Truth of Danielle Bregoli, Woodstock said, you lost me in the first 5 seconds when you said everyone's favorite. What if I said everyone's favorite person to hate? I said everyone's favorite young rap star or whatever I said. I don't even remember what I say. I don't remember what I say half the time. I know what I'm saying right now. Laney Bug said, now you have to do a video on the top 10 times Randy Jackson said, it's gonna be a no for me, dog. I might just make one on my own channel. Straight up, I'll just, straight up, like, Randy was the that's what he was, because Simon was always like a Paula was like, oh, you're so good even though you're bad, and Randy was like, dog, dog, you're just, you got something, but, you know, I just, dog, you know, I love you, but it's gonna be a no from me, dog. Minimal said, you're back, Jared, since when? I don't know where you've been. I've been back since like July or June, so we're already November. It's been like almost 6 months that I've been back, but sup, I'm back, bro. Anyways, guys, that does it for this one. Make sure to follow the entire IO team on Instagram. We actually just hit 10,000 on our Instagram, so shout out to the IO Instagram. You can follow myself, of course, all the incredible editors and all the other hosts on this channel. We got some links in the description down below. Make sure to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up if you guys enjoyed it, and share it with your friends, because why not? They gotta know about all the influencers being exposed. We'll see you guys in the next one. In at number 1, of course. Subtle flex. Did you guys hear what's over there? They got photos of the two of them looking all lovey-dovey in Bali, right? Bali? Bali. Bali, right? In Bali? Bali, Bali. Bali. I think it's Bali. Indonesia? It's Indonesia, right? Bali, Indonesia? Bali? They got photos of the two of them looking all lovey-dovey in Bali, France, Italy. Bali. I think it's Bali. I don't know. They got